Well, Amy, Southwest Florida students are adjusting to an unprecedented experience as they start the new school year, of course. While some parents opted for traditional in-person classes, others feel safer going through a virtual method instead. Well, this morning, Nolani is showing us a fun local option for online schoolwork. She joins us live now at Edison Ford Estates in Fort Myers with the details. Hey, Nolani.
Good morning, Chris. You know, it's a good thing I'm not teaching any of these virtual classes, supervising any of that, because looking at these books, and a lot of these are math, you know, I don't really do math, that's why I do news, but we're gonna tell you a lot more about this study hall program. It's really cool. We got some kids already set up doing their virtual schooling. We have Juniper here. She's working with one of the kids, offering some technical support. But Juniper, if you could kind of tell us what this program is all about, like what's going on here.
Well, the study hall program here at the Edison Ford Winter Estates offers a really nice balance for parents who are both seeking safety for their student and still want them to have some interaction rather than doing virtual school at home. So we offer technical assistance, a supervised educational learning space, outside time, trips around the museum and the historic property here at the estates. Also, if parents need, we do provide computers and headphones to help them with their schoolwork. We have a reliable internet connection here, Wi-Fi.
Awesome. And this is already kind of a learning area set up. It's you have to walk through their museum, which is really cool, just to get here. I think it's a really fun way to kind of get kids out of the house. But what was the mission, I guess, with offering something like this? I know it's very different than anything we've seen before.
Well, we really wanted to offer parents who are working, who need to provide childcare for their kids and still want them to make sure that they are engaged and focused on their schoolwork, a nice place to go. And we felt that as a museum with a history rich, that this would be a really wonderful place to learn. From the moment you step on the property, you're in a bright environment, you're surrounded by innovation, education. So this provides a really nice place. Parents can drop their kids off around any time between 8 and 9. They're in a museum. They're supervised by education staff. We provide outside time on historic property, trips around the museum, educational opportunities during their school breaks that gets them off of the screen, kind of move around, and they get to engage with their environment.
Yeah, and they're having fun here. They're just really, they're studying right now. They're really hitting the books hard. So we are going to join you guys back in the next half hour, tell you some more fun things that this offers. We also have that on fox4now.com. But I'll go ahead and toss back to you guys.
All right, a lot of good stuff. And this morning, looking through our Rubenstein Law Skycam, this is a beautiful shot looking at blue skies across the area. Hardly a cloud in sight. And as we go throughout the day, we are anticipating a couple of showers and thunderstorms developing. That rain chance fairly low today. Matter of fact, probably the lowest in the 7-day forecast. If we get you over to the radar, it's been pretty inactive all morning long, sweeping around, some false returns showing up north, but we haven't even seen the little showers around the Florida Keys. What we are seeing are just, I mean, itty bitty guys north there of the dry Tortugas. And as we see the radar sweeping around quietly here locally, we will see our temperatures really begin to climb. We're already on the way up in Punta Gorda, 78 degrees. Feels like 81. There has been a light east to southeast breeze here this morning, and it's now northeast out at RSW, where temperatures are at 76. Our day ahead, 94, a record on this date. 95 degrees set back in 2014. At our sunset time, we lost a minute since yesterday, 7:46. The setup, we actually have a tropical storm a few hundred miles off Cape Hatteras, and this one is Omar. It's going to move north of Bermuda into the open Atlantic, dissipate pretty quickly here. It's hitting some pretty good wind shear that's weakening the system rapidly. And as we look closer to home, with that area of high pressure there developing in the Gulf, our flow is east to west across the state. That will push those showers and thunderstorms in our direction, and it's also going to provide us with some near record-breaking heat the next couple of afternoons. Tropics are heating up as well. We talked about Omar, so Nana is the next one up. This formed yesterday as well. We checked 2 names off the list yesterday, and the good news is for Florida, both of these kind of going in opposite directions. But Nana is being investigated right now by hurricane hunters, and there's been little change in strength found with the system as it moves closer towards Belize. If we look at the latest information, the 8 o'clock intermediate advisory, wind still is 60 miles per hour, the pressure at 996 millibars, and it's moving west at 18. The forecast calls for this to become a hurricane later on tonight or early tomorrow morning before impacting Belize, Guatemala, and then through the southern parts of Mexico. Besides those two storms, we're starting to watch the Cape Verde season start to come to life. Waves emerging off the coast of Africa. This one has a 60% chance of developing in the days ahead. Not real worried about this guy. Most of the computer models have it getting it absorbed in the stronger one off to the back. So yesterday we showed you the name list. We checked 2 off of that. And now as we head through the rest of the name list, I looked back. These name lists are recycled every 6 years. And it's interesting to note that the names on this list have never been used before. Paloma was on this list, but it was retired back in 2008 and replaced by Paulette. Paloma was a major hurricane as it hit Cuba, caused so much damage they took it off the list. Renee, Sally, Teddy, Vicky, and Wilfred were likely to use for the first time ever this 2020 hurricane season. As far as your forecast here in the days ahead, we'll be in the mid-90s for a while, and this holiday weekend is going to be a hot one. You want to make sure you take plenty of water no matter what you're doing this weekend.
All right, Trenton, taking a look at traffic, I-75 in Corkscrew Road, still busy. We've been going back and forth to this camera all morning long, and you can see both northbound and southbound lanes pretty packed at the moment. Now, if we could just take a wider look at this, you could also see some slowdowns on the traffic map. So taking a look, Summerlin Road and Lakewood Boulevard, sorry, it says Summerlin Road. We have a crash in that area. Really, the southbound lanes along Summerlin are the slowest spot at the morning. We also have a crash, Livingston Road and Vanderbilt Beach Road. So this is in between Immokalee and Pine Ridge. So this could be a slow go, especially if you're coming maybe for the I-75 area or you're trying to get to or from the interstate. That's your morning traffic.
Grab a pen and paper, because when we come back, we're checking the Fox 4 job board and showing you some local jobs that you can apply for right now. As we head to break, we want to show you a beautiful shot courtesy of our photographer, Juan Reyna. Call me quackers, but they're cute. We'll be right back. You're watching Fox 4 Morning News. Well, the pandemic has caused millions of people to lose their jobs, and part of Fox 4's commitment to you is to provide the tools necessary to help you find work. It's part of our series called The Rebound Southwest Florida. So every Wednesday, we're showing you companies, local companies that are hiring right now, right here in our backyard. So here's a look at some of the jobs available today. If you're looking for a job in the service industry, Buffalo Wild Wings in Cape Coral has several open positions. We've got them listed on your screen here, and they basically need everything from bartenders and servers to cashiers and kitchen staff, even shift managers. Qualifications, of course, vary depending on the position that you're applying for, so give them a call. LabCorp is looking for a senior service rep for their Fort Myers location. This position is responsible for the pickup, transport, and delivery of medical specimens, lab supplies, and reports. So a company vehicle is provided. Qualified applicants have to be at least 21 years old, have a high school diploma or GED, and a valid driver's license, and previous career and customer service experience is preferred for this one. If you want to apply for these jobs or to see what else is available right here in Southwest Florida, we've got you covered on our website. Just go to fox4now.com/job search.
We continue pushing for transparency now that school is back in session. We have the latest updates when it comes to the state's reporting of COVID-19 cases in schools. That's coming up.
Live from the station that's in your corner, you're watching Fox 4 Morning News.
And good morning. At 8:30, we are giving you a live look. This is the camera that is sitting on basically the front balcony of the Statue of Liberty looking into Manhattan. You can see it's that typical kind of cloudy, overcast day there. Nothing like what we're seeing here. Trent's going to have a full check of your forecast in just a second, but if you look behind Chris, it's very easy to see. That sun is a-shining, the water's glistening. Things are looking good, Chris. How you feeling?
It looks good, it feels warm, and it's getting warmer like every second. You can kind of feel it inching up there. So Trent is talking about possibly record-breaking heat today, Trent. Is that right?
Yeah, we're going to be up near 94 degrees. Our record is 95. We hit 95 yesterday, and each and every day here, at least through Saturday, we have the potential to tie or break records here in Southwest Florida. The reason being, the wind is coming east to west across the state. That's going to help push those temperatures up, and what showers and thunderstorms do develop will be moving along the coastline as well. Radar has been pretty quiet here this morning. We haven't been tracking much at all, so the story is really the temperatures. And as we look at Page Field, RSW, we are just shy of 80 there at Page Field. Naples still at 75, and these numbers are going to come up in a hurry. Immokalee and Marco Island there in the 70s. The forecast here for your day ahead will put us in the low 90s very quickly. And again, with the possibility of breaking records here the next couple of afternoons, that is going to be the story this holiday weekend. Now, coming up as well, we have two tropical systems in the Atlantic. We'll update you on both Omar and Nana coming up in a bit.
All right, and taking a look at traffic, we have a couple of new crashes to talk about. One is at the Midpoint Bridge. LCSO has not yet told me which direction this is impacting the most, but my sensors are picking up the most delays. This is going to be in the eastbound lane, so as you are headed from Cape Coral into the Fort Myers area, so do budget yourself a few extra minutes there. Moving through Lee County, we also have another crash. This is Summerlin Road and Lakewood Boulevard. Summerlin headed southbound until about Gladiolus. We're seeing those backups as well. That's your morning traffic.
All right, Lauren, 8:31 is the time right now. We're talking about COVID-19 in our schools, and a big part of stopping the spread of the virus is early detection. Our state has promised to show us the data from school infections, but so far they haven't. Jessica Alpern reports on how Florida school districts are trying to take matters of transparency into their own hands.
Florida Surgeon General says that information will eventually be made public, but the question is, how much longer will it take for us to have that information? This all follows when that state report detailing hundreds of COVID-19 cases on school campuses and at daycares was abruptly taken down in August. The state Surgeon General says that was a draft that was inadvertently released and that a final report will eventually be made public.
We're trying to put together what is going to be the best report that actually truly captures what the incidence of cases are in the state as related to schools.
In the meantime, with schools back in session, it remains unclear how many Florida students and teachers in total have been impacted by the virus since the start of this new school year. To offer more transparency, nearly a dozen Florida districts are now posting school cases on district websites. At least another 8 say they're either developing a page or discussing if they will. As we reported at the top of the hour, Charlotte County says it plans on publicly posting everything from who tested positive to the school, grade, and the number of people quarantined, saying it's important to be open and honest and to give all the information it can to parents and community members. But as far as that state report is concerned, its timeline is vague. It could be a few weeks or another month. Jessica Alpern, Fox 4 in your corner.
All right, Jessica, now we're going to shift our attention to remote learning. And as more students do that, there are concerns about cameras, which extend the classroom environment outside of the school.
It creates the real possibility that anybody accessing the feed can capture a clip, can capture the whole session and use it in a way that isn't in the teacher's or the student's best interest.
Okay, so that's Bill Fitzgerald. He's a privacy researcher with Consumer Reports. He says we're not just talking about the potential for hacking someone who is supposed to be in the virtual lesson, but also they can use it, the kids can, in a way that could be harmful. Say a struggling student could be made fun of, or someone with a disability could be stigmatized. Fitzgerald is also worried about students being forced to keep cameras on all the time, which raises a lot of concerns over privacy and privilege.
If people were told that as a prerequisite of their legally required public